It was a day in the life of a young lawyer who was perched on the bow of his ship, watching the relentless bombing of Fort Henry. Francis Scott Key was so inspired when he saw, by the dawn's early light, those broad stripes and bright stars so gallantly streaming, that he wrote our national anthem. And from that day and forevermore, we pledge allegiance to that flag. And we were all taught to remember the Alamo and to recite Abe Lincoln's Gettysburg Address. Remember the song, The Yanks Are Coming. We've all seen the newsreel footage of FDR proclaiming that December 7th, 1941 is a day which will live in infamy. And for those of us who are old enough, we know exactly where we were on that terrible day in Dallas when a young John F. Kennedy was assassinated. And September 11th, 2001 began as just another day in the life of America. But that day would change America and the world forever. I'm Joe Gallison. In the next few minutes, we're going to remind you of why you gave your day to the Wounded Warrior Project. Tee off for a cause. Foreign-born terrorists hijacked 4 U.S. commercial jetliners and turned them into missiles of mass destruction.
United 175 Heavy, runway 9er, cleared for takeoff. Traffic holding in position on 4 right.
United 93, wind 3307, runway 4 left, clear for takeoff.
United 93, south of Shark.
We hear some funny noises. We're trying to get him. Do you have him?
No.
Thank you.
United 93, Cleveland.
United 93, verify your flight level 350.
American 77, your departure frequency will be 125.05, runway 30, clear for takeoff.
It's going to be a beautiful day today, sunshine throughout, low humidity, really a splendid September day. The afternoon temperature about 80 degrees, great weather for the primary election.
I was actually with one of my friends watching TV in his house, ran out to the window and looked. I remember seeing a crash, fire, and just a lot of smoke, and everybody had all this soot and debris on them. I felt like I was useless. I wanted to do something about it.
I was supposed to have breakfast with family in the windows of the world at the top of the World Trade Center, and we watched both towers drop from the harbor.
At the time, it was so unbelievable. Someone's going to attack us in the United States. They're going to attack the Twin Towers.
I mean, I was a New Yorker. New York got hit. You know, I just heard the call, and simple as that. And I just walked right into a recruiter station. I didn't think twice about it. I was in basic training like 3 weeks later.
Just right there and then, I left and I got into the actual Marine Corps. That's where I found my purpose. I felt like I was up there where the police officers and emergency responders, you know, I was one of their peers.
I'm not necessarily angry at the people that are in front of me, but I've got a very passionate love for the people who I feel like I'm protecting.
Something inside me told me that it was a calling, that I needed to do something. Deep down inside, I wanted to prove what red, white, and blue was to the person who did this.
On October 19th, 2001, President George W. Bush, standing on the charred remains of the Twin Towers at Ground Zero, made his famous declaration and promise to America and the world.
I can hear you, the rest of the world hears you, and the people who knocked these buildings down will hear all of us soon.
Shortly before 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on March 21st, 2003, the Pentagon declared the shock and awe campaign had begun over Baghdad, the first day of war on terror in the Middle East.
It's unlike anything you've ever been through in your life, man. I was driving.
This kid threw a grenade at us.
It went right over our vehicle. My gunner just whipped around with this kid. He was 12 years old.
The shockwave went through my head, rattled up my brain, and left.
1 second you're fine, the next second the whole thing's on fire. It was very easy to jump in a bottle and not have to think about the way I looked in the mirror.
To lose a friend is like losing a limb. Each one is a fresh wound. I didn't know what PTSD was. All I knew was I was having nightmares. And when I got released, my reintegration was go check in at the VA, man.
Danger is around you 360 degrees at all times. Your brain is programmed that way, and you can't unlearn that. My first coping mechanism was use drugs. Just numb it, don't feel anything.
I was angry. I'm trying to pull myself out of that right now.
You have to find what that passion is again once you come home. And once you find that, life can be good.
I wouldn't be here today if it weren't for our band. We use music to open the door for veterans to talk. And now I know what I need to do, for the rest of my life.
I found MMA is my medicine. They couldn't break me, and they never understood why. Well, I lost a few really close friends overseas, and if I quit, I'm gonna let them down.
It's a long process. I don't have patience, but I had drive and desire.
I'm learning to face my fears head on, which is really hard for me to do. To trust and just let go and see what happens at the end.
So you've given your time, your commitment, and your heart to this cause. We all pledge our allegiance to this great country of ours. And we thank the servicemen and women who protect it. God bless them. And God bless the United States of America. I'm Joe Gallison. Thank you.